Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're a focused learner who's seriously interested in optimizing your life, you already know that sleep is the absolute foundational pillar of human health. It is literally the master regulator of our micromental health, our cognitive endurance for deep work, and even our cellular aging process. But tonight, we're going to look at sleep through a radically different, highly clinical lens. We're treating this like a masterclass in biomechanics. We are going to examine the physical interface where your biology actually meets the bed.
It's a pretty profound question to ask yourself, isn't it? Is your daily fatigue, your brain fog, or maybe that lingering morning backache simply caused by a biomechanical failure of your sleep surface? We are so quick to blame our age, or our stress levels, or our bad posture at our desks, but the root cause of our declining health might literally be lying right underneath us every single night.
To figure that out, here's our roadmap for today. 1. The biomechanics of sleep. 2. Decoding mattress firmness. 3. Posture and spinal alignment. 4. The material science difference. And 5. Knowing when to upgrade.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Section 1. The biomechanics of sleep.
This equation right here, it is the hidden architect of your nightly recovery. Mechanical pressure equals force divided by area. It sounds like basic physics, but here's how it plays out in your bed. Every night, gravity is pulling your unique body mass, that's the force, down against the mattress. And because human anatomy is contoured, your effective contact area varies wildly from person to person. If your mattress doesn't conform perfectly to your shape, that contact area shrinks. And when that happens, localized pressure totally spikes at your joints. This restricts capillary blood flow, triggers pain receptors, and forces your brain into what neurologists call a microarousal. Now, you might not fully wake up, but these microarousals violently pull you out of deep, slow-wave sleep. It completely shatters your sleep architecture. And when you lose that slow-wave sleep to these mechanical interruptions, your brain actually fails to clear metabolic waste, which directly sabotages your attention networks and your cognitive endurance for the next day's deep work.
And this really brilliantly illustrates why we need a total paradigm shift. A mattress is not just a piece of bedroom furniture. As the research clearly points out, it's an active, vital, medical variable in your orthopedic health and your physiological recovery. Every single system in your body, from your hormonal balance right down to your cellular aging, relies on this physical interface performing its job flawlessly.
Moving on to Section 2. Decoding mattress firmness.
Look at how these clinical symptoms juxtapose against one another. It's fascinating. If a mattress is too firm, it lacks conforming capabilities. You'll experience high localized pressure, which means numb shoulders, hip pain, and a very specific type of soreness that magically seems to resolve about 30 minutes after you wake up and start moving around. But on the flip side, if a mattress is too soft, it lacks the necessary counterforce. Your heavy pelvic region just sinks, creating this terrible hammocking effect in your lower back. This leads to a diffuse, generalized lumbar ache and chronically poor spinal alignment, which frankly just accelerates joint wear and tear over time.
Now, what's really interesting here is how this exposes a major flaw in how we actually shop for beds. You can't just buy a 6 out of 10 firmness and expect a guaranteed result. Why? Well, because of huge brand-to-brand discrepancies. A medium mattress from one company might literally be a firm from another. Plus, materials like memory foam are highly sensitive to room temperature. They feel completely different in a cool 68-degree showroom than they do after absorbing your body heat for 30 minutes at home. Firmness isn't an absolute number. It's entirely dependent on the dynamic interaction with your specific body weight.
Which brings us to Section 3. Posture and spinal alignment.
This right here is the absolute holy grail of sleep ergonomics. Spinal neutrality. Your goal every single night is to preserve the natural curves of your spine without any lateral deviation or weird rotational strain while you're lying down. Maintaining this neutrality is absolutely crucial for your overall health span. It's exactly how we prevent the chronic mechanical inflammation that silently degrades our physical resilience and speeds up biological aging. Let's break down exactly how to achieve that neutrality based on your specific sleep position. If you're a side sleeper, your entire body mass is concentrated on really narrow skeletal points, like the acromion process in your shoulder, so you have a massive biomechanical demand for what's called point elasticity. You need materials like plush memory foam that can compress deeply right at those joints without dragging the rest of the bed down with it. Conversely, back and stomach sleepers need firm counterforce to prevent that pelvic sinking we talked about. They need high-density cores. And what if you're a combination sleeper who tosses and turns? You need a material with high responsiveness, like latex or hybrid coils, so you don't get that awful stuck-in-the-mud feeling. Getting stuck requires active muscle engagement to overcome, which totally disrupts your sleep continuity.
And this is exactly why the most advanced, highly rated models on the market today don't just offer one uniform block of support anymore. They utilize multi-zone coil systems. Beds like the NOLA Evolution or the Bear Elite Hybrid actually feature softer zones specifically under the shoulders for pressure relief, and then firmer, reinforced zones right under the lumbar spine to prevent sagging. It's literally targeted orthopedic engineering.
Let's move into Section 4. The material science difference.
So the crucial takeaway here is that you have to match your body's unique interconnected systems to the correct mattress core. Traditional memory foam offers exceptional, highly viscous pressure relief, which makes it an incredible choice for side sleepers and folks managing arthritis. Hybrids, on the other hand, combine those pressure-relieving foams with pocketed coils underneath, adding the airflow and responsive bonds necessary for heavier individuals or combination sleepers. And then there's latex, which offers a naturally breathable, highly durable, and immediately responsive surface for people who tend to sleep really hot.
But hey, the innovation definitely doesn't stop at the core materials. We know from circadian biology that your core body temperature actually must drop to signal melatonin production and sustain deep sleep. To help facilitate this, top-tier mattresses are now integrating some incredibly advanced recovery technologies. We're talking about covers woven with Cellulent, which is a mineral-based fiber determined by the FDA as a medical device and general wellness product. It actually captures your body heat and reflects it back into your muscles as far-infrared energy to increase local blood flow and cellular oxygenation. It's wild. We're also seeing phase-change materials like Glaciotex, copper gel microbeads, and Cool Force graphite ribbons that actively pull heat away from your body, preventing the thermal trapping that causes night sweats and ruins your sleep architecture.
And I want to be clear, this isn't just marketing fluff. It is backed by rigorous data. Independent lab testing has demonstrated that materials like Cool Force graphite ribbons yield a massive 22% higher heat dissipation rate over a full 12-hour cycle when compared to standard beds. By rapidly dissipating that thermal energy, these materials keep your physical interface perfectly temperature neutral. That allows your brain to fully sink into the restorative deep sleep that is absolutely mandatory for optimal mental health and next-day cognitive performance.
Finally, let's wrap up with Section 5, knowing when to upgrade.
All right, here's the hard, biological truth. Even the absolute highest quality mattresses out there are generally only designed to last 7 to 10 years. Over time, foam cells just break down, coils lose their tensile strength, and materials compress. The firmness you bought a decade ago is definitely not the firmness you are sleeping on today. If your mattress is aging, its ability to support your biomechanics is failing, and that means it is actively accelerating your own physical aging process through degraded sleep quality.
So, if you are experiencing that telltale morning pain, how do you go about intelligently testing a new mattress? Well, first off, you have to ditch that useless 30-second laydown mistake everyone makes in the store. Step 1, you must replicate your exact normal sleep posture. Step 2, you have to lie there for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Honestly, this is non-negotiable. Viscoelastic memory foams literally require time to absorb your body heat and reach thermal equilibrium before they reveal their true dynamic firmness. And then step 3, mindfully evaluate. Do you feel sharp ischemic pressure on your joints? Do you feel a lack of counterforce causing your lower back to sag? You are testing a medical variable here, guys, so test it thoroughly.
Because at the end of the day, every single system in your body, your micro-mental health, your cognitive focus for deep work, your gut microbiome, and your long-term physical longevity is deeply, fundamentally interconnected with the architecture of your sleep. So when you lie down tonight, I want you to take a moment to truly feel that physical interface. Ask yourself, is your sleep surface providing the clinical support your biology requires to thrive, or is it silently causing tomorrow's decay? The answer to that question might just change the way you sleep and live forever.